Macmillan Audio presents Anatomy of Desire, 5 Secrets to Create Connection and Cultivate Passion. Written and read for you by Emily Jamea. To my family, for everything. Introduction. Total absorption. Loss of space and time. Complete merger. These are feelings that everyone wants to experience while making love. This kind of sexual pleasure is an indulgence that can and should be enjoyed by everyone. And yet, my phone rings on a daily basis with calls from people who feel starved for emotional and physical intimacy. It's not just more frequent sex they long for, it's better quality sex. It's not just better communication they want, it's a deeper, more fulfilling connection. Many of them have cycled through other therapists, and most have picked up some decent strategies along the way. Maybe they've reduced conflict, healed trauma, or improved communication, but they still feel like something is missing. I used to think that thing that couples longed for was a certain je ne sais quoi, a chemistry that only some couples were lucky to find, let alone sustain for the long haul. I have been a sex and relationship therapist for many years. Around the time I started having these deeper questions, I had gotten to a point in my career where I could help people recover from things like erectile dysfunction or difficulty with orgasm. I had helped women finally enjoy sex after years of tolerating painful intercourse. I had helped countless people recover from trauma, and I had helped dozens of couples reconnect emotionally and sexually. But every now and then, I'd get a returning client who still wanted that something more, namely, or specifically, the passion they felt in the early days of their relationship. When they'd lament about the honeymoon phase, I'd deliver my spiel about how the honeymoon phase gives us an intoxicating mix of hormones and neurochemicals designed for pair bonding. If our brains continued at that level, I'd tell them, we'd never get anything else done because we'd be in bed all day long. Is this what we should expect forever? They'd ask. I cited respected research about how good enough sex is something to be proud of in a marriage. I told them how most couples in long-term relationships have what we'd classify as great sex only a fraction of the time. Some would complain about wanting sex that felt like it appears to feel in the movies. I replied with my canned response about Hollywood sex, the thing we sex therapists are trained to say. Those are Hollywood actors, I'd remind them. There is a ton of prep and multiple takes that goes into creating those scenes. Believe me, you don't want that. But secretly, I knew what they meant. They wanted sex that felt free and fun, passionate. They yearned for sex that made them feel totally absorbed, that made them briefly forget who they were while at the same time helping them discover new sides of themselves. I started paying closer attention to the language my clients were using to describe the sex they wanted. Words like effortless, absorbed, and electric stood out. They wanted to feel lost in the moment, forgetting their woes and insecurities. I spent hours poring over client notes, going back through sessions in my head, and listening to people with the larger questions in mind. What were we all searching for in the erotic realm, and was it realistically possible to attain? And then it clicked. They wanted to experience a state of flow. Flow is a term that was coined by psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. It describes the state of mind you reach when you're engaged in an activity in which you feel intense focus, loss of space and time, complete absorption, and a sense of unity. Think of your friend who's addicted to the runner's high, a jam band who plays
Sample complete. Ready to continue?